Welcome back, everybody. This is Steve Cole again, coming at you from the Access team. And today, for this video, we're going to talk about compression depth. Now, this is something that's often overlooked. We assume that if we push hard enough, that we are in target, but that's not quite true. It's important to realize that our goal is a target greater for adults greater than 2 inches, preferably in the range of 2 to 2.4 inches. Now, if we had a choice between going too deep or too shallow, we'd rather go a little bit deep. But there is still some research showing up that both may adversely impact outcomes. We're still not sure. We know that going too shallow definitely does. And this is an example that shows the chance of shock success, or in other words, ATP production, relation to average depth. And in this case, this was in millimeters, right? But the bottom line is that we need to be able to compress the heart deep enough or sufficiently enough to eject blood. And obviously with larger patients, that may sometimes be a challenge. Does this, what are we doing as far as our compliance with this? Well, again, the Zoll feedback system gives us a clue. In this particular case, I can look at this and see that we are, again, in the first 10 minutes, in the first 5 to 10 minutes is when we seem to be most vulnerable. And this is where we see, let me get my little handy dandy laser pointer here. This is between 2 and 2.25 inches right through here, or 2.4 inches, I should say. And you can see that we're not hitting all of them. We're hitting some of them, but we're not hitting all of them. And then the question is, well, what are some of the things that get in the way? Well, I found it curious. I looked at another case, and this was a case where we're seeing huge variances in depth. We also are seeing huge variances in rate. And this goes back to show that if we can control, that the two are often interrelated. And again, this is in the first 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of a call. The most vulnerable time for the patient and the most vulnerable time for us getting our organization, in fact, in place. You think, well, it's so chaotic. It's no surprising. But I can look here, and this is a case where in the first 10 minutes, we had excellent compliance. And again, I don't know, when I'm pulling these cases randomly and looking for key points. So I haven't tied these up to charts to see if this is a certain crew configuration or anything. But I would guess, looking at the other metrics, the stuff I didn't put up here, is that this was a crew that was looking at their feedback device and was doing a rock star job. Again, the first 10 minutes and the leadership by the engine company captain and the CPR coach in the first 10 minutes is what makes or breaks the resuscitation. So please pay attention to this. So keep in mind that our goal, simply put, is to get a good ejection from the heart by compressing between 2 and 2.25 inches. And as I mentioned, the first 10 minutes is the most vulnerable period for our performance. And you can almost, in most cases I've looked at, see if we're compliant in our heart rate, to see if we're compliant in recoil, and to see if we're compliant in our compression depth. Thank you.